All right, hey students, it is Mr. Torres again talking about Half-Hanged Mary by Margaret Atwood. Okay, today we are going to be focusing on diction. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go down to my chart here, and I'm just going to go ahead and write the word diction. Okay, diction is something that you are a little bit more familiar with because you have studied it quite a bit due to STAR testing and things like that. And you should know that diction is just the specific choice of words in a text, okay? And so when we talk about the choice of words in a text, we want to remember that words convey meaning, and in poetry, it's really important to remember or to understand that most poems are pretty short, okay? And because most poems are short, this poem, Half-Hanged Mary, is actually pretty long for a poem, but since poems are short, the words have to do many different things, okay? Because you don't have a whole lot of words to work with, okay? So in poetry, words must convey meaning. They must tell a story, and they must share big ideas. Okay, so in poetry, words need to multitask. All right. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about how the different words in Half-Hanged Mary are multitasking, okay? So we're going to look at the 10 p.m. section of the poem in order to kind of annotate for diction, all right? And one of the things that I like to tell students is that in poetry, a good place to start looking for words that have increased meaning or looking for important words is the end of the lines of the poem. Okay, so we're going to look at the first stanza in the 10 p.m. section. Okay, and we're going to look at the ends of the lines. Okay, and when we look at the end of the lines, we want to think of what is the topic of the poem. Okay, so the topic of the poem is Mary is being executed for being a suspected witch. Okay, and we want to think of words that are connected to this topic, okay? And so when you look at the ends of the lines, well, what words are connected to the idea of being executed? And so we have the word kill, right? We also have the word quarrel, okay? Quarrel is a fight or disagreement, okay? And so these words have violent connotations to them, violent feelings associated with them, okay? And so that's one reason that these words catch our eye, okay? I'm actually going to turn my attention, though, to specifically, I'm going to get rid of quarrel for a moment, and I'm going to talk just about the word kill, okay? And you'll notice that the word kill, it is connected to this topic of Mary being executed, right? So that is how it is connected there. But if you look at kill, you'll notice that it's part of this phrase, time to kill, right? And so Mary says, well, God, now that I'm up here with maybe some time to kill, away from the daily finger work, leg work at the hen level, we can continue our quarrel, the one about free will. Okay, and so for Mary, the phrase time to kill means that she has time to spare, okay? And so you have to remember that Mary she's hanging from a tree as she's talking to God here. So she's saying, you know, I'm hanging here, I can't go anywhere, so let's talk, right? So she has time to kill, she has time to spare. But if you look at this passage or this phrase just by itself, time to kill, and you think about this phrase and how it connects to the townspeople, and I don't want you to think about Mary. I don't want you to think about anything else in this passage. I just want you to think about the townspeople, okay? How can it connect to the townspeople? All right. And if you look at the phrase time to kill, well, for the townspeople, it is literally their time to kill. It is time to kill Mary. Okay. So not only does this have meaning for Mary, okay, here, not only does this mean something to Mary, but this phrase by itself, it means something to the townspeople, okay? It is time to kill, okay? And that's what we want to be looking for. We want to be looking for words or phrases that have a double meaning, because then you know that the word is multitasking, okay? And we said that words in poetry need to be multitaskers, okay? So let's go ahead and let's go to our chart, okay? And we're actually gonna look at the annotation template first, and it tells us this is our model for talking about diction, right? And so we're gonna use the phrase, okay? It could be a phrase, it could be a word, it could be an adjective, but we're gonna use the phrase time to kill. All right, so let's go ahead and let's go down here. All right. So this is in the 10 p.m. section. All right. And so here we're just going to put time to kill. Okay. Because that's the specific diction that we are looking at here. Diction. All right. And so I'm going to use the model to help me discuss this diction. And so I'm going to start with the words, the phrase. Okay, so the phrase time to kill. And then there are some options for us. Okay, so the options that we have are we can use the word emphasizes or describes. When you describe something, you list the qualities. When you emphasize, you are pointing out, okay? And so time to kill doesn't really list any kind of qualities. It really kind of points out that Mary is not doing anything, and it also points out that now is the time to kill Mary for the townspeople. So let's go ahead and use the word emphasize, okay? So the phrase time to kill emphasizes we'll say the danger that is always possible if an accusation is made because of the mass paranoia in Hadley. Okay, Hadley being the town that this is happening. Mass paranoia meaning that everybody is worried about the presence of witches or the devil in their town, okay? And this is a reference to the fact that they're Puritan. They are very, very worried that anything that bad happens in the town is the work of the devil. And so if something bad happens, the danger is that somebody will be blamed, okay? It is always possible that anybody can be blamed. For your life to be in danger, all that needs to happen is an accusation. Okay, so the phrase time to kill emphasizes the danger that is always possible. Okay, At any time, this can happen, okay? So we're going to say this is significant because whenever someone is suspected of witchcraft, their life is in grave danger. Okay, so not only does Mary have time to kill while hanging out there on the tree, you know, for the townspeople, they see any possibility of the devil in their town as being the time to kill someone. Okay, it's time to kill, because if not, then the witch is just going to keep doing her evil in the town. Okay, so that is how we talk about diction in terms of a phrase. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here. And on the next video, you're going to see how to talk about diction as it relates to specific words in the text. Not necessarily phrases, but just specific words by themselves.